get straight to your top stories. A controversial proposal is being unveiled at the state capitol today, and it's stirring debate over immigration enforcement.
Republican lawmakers want to crack down on sanctuary cities and counties. Our Barrett Leone joins us live from the state capitol. Barrett, break this down for us. What exactly are state Republican lawmakers trying to do here?
Yeah, they're trying to limit the ability for local governments to limit their cooperation with federal immigration agencies. And we've seen cities and counties across the state double down on their promise to remain sanctuary cities. But here at the state capitol, we're seeing lawmakers pushing for the opposite. So we know that ICE considers Anoka, Hennepin, Dakota, and Ramsey counties as sanctuary counties. This basically means counties won't interfere or impede ICE investigations, but it won't do the job of federal investigators. And lawmakers today want to crack down on the ability to do that. It also mandates county attorneys report any undocumented individual arrested for violent crimes to ICE, regardless of formal charges. And we know that deportation is a real fear for folks here in the Twin Cities. About 160,000 people are at risk for it. Regardless, the state did fail to pass as a sanctuary state bill that did fail to pass last year. Today, this morning, Republican lawmakers will introduce this bill at 10:15.
Right, and that government's so divided, so close right now. We'll just have to see if anything happens there. All right, Barrett, thank you. And this morning, as we just mentioned, that balance of power in Minnesota House, it has now changed.
Voters chose Democrat David Godfrey to represent the Roseville and Shoreview area during a special election just yesterday. Secretary of State says he won with just over 70% of the vote against Republican Paul Wickstrom. This means the House will return to a rare 67-67 tie, which will reshape power in the chamber. Republican Representative Lisa Demuth will remain Speaker for the rest of her two-year term. We also know advocates for gun safety laws will be sharing their thoughts with lawmakers at the Capitol today.
So back in 2024, the DFL trifecta had approved expanding background checks and red flag laws. They say they want to pass more gun safeties this session, but that may not happen. They couldn't pass measures last year, even with that complete majority over the legislatures, which is an advantage that they don't have this year. It's not clear which new measures they'd like to pass. Now, according to Protect Minnesota, 530 people lost their lives to gun violence in the state in 2023.
A security guard trying to protect members of a crime prevention group in Minneapolis became a victim himself. Police in Minneapolis say someone shot the man in his shoulder near 36th and Penn Avenues North in Monday night. Investigators think there was a shootout at an outdoor get-together. Another bullet went into a child's nearby bedroom. A city council member says too many ex-inmates, former homeless camp residents, and addicts are moving into the neighborhood without support.
They're addicts and they're sick and they need help, and there are predatory dealers and other folks, sex trafficking and all these things that go on when you just bring so many people who are struggling with addiction together in that way.
The security guard is expected to be okay. Now, despite this recent violence, the city of Minneapolis has seen a 33% drop in the number of shooting victims compared to this point last year.
New information in the disturbing death of a Minnesotan on the East Coast. 7 people are charged with murder, and now we've learned that at least 6 of them say they are not guilty. This group is accused of torturing Sam Nordquist for weeks in upstate New York before dumping his body in a field last month. Nordquist was transgender, but investigators say they have no evidence that this is a hate crime. One suspect has yet to enter a plea. We, of course, will keep you updated.
A suspect is facing drug charges this morning after a big bus last week turned up fentanyl, heroin, meth, and cocaine all in one man's bedroom. Authorities say they found more than 10 pounds of the illegal drugs. According to the Hennepin County complaint, agents executed a search warrant at a home in Brooklyn Center Thursday morning. When they got there, they found 38-year-old Israel Jose Amaya Romero. They searched the home, found the drugs, and court documents say Romero, quote, admitted he is from Mexico and that he had been staying at the house for a week and entered the United States without legal permission, end quote. Prosecutors say Romero, quote, knew the drugs he was selling were provided by the cartel. He was previously convicted of drug trafficking in the United States in 2013. Today, the Minnesota Department of Transportation hosting a meeting to explain a big construction project that's coming up.
So they're partnering with the city of Jordan as well as Scott County on a project that would add an interchange at highways 169, 282, and County Road 9. You can see a map right there of the construction on your screen. They'll be adding 2 bridges, 2 roundabouts, a pedestrian tunnel, and noise walls. Project's expected to begin work this spring and it'll continue until 2027. If you look at the screen here, you see up there that dark blue up near Valley View Drive. Those are the areas that'll be impacted first. The green spots are the areas that they'll work on this summer and fall. And if you drive in this spot, you want to learn more, you can head to the Jordan Community Education and Recreation Center. That'll be today, 4:30 to 6:30.